Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to teach you how to make fondant. Fondant the easiest way. So before we do this, please subscribe on my YouTube channel so that we can learn more on cakes and how to make the creams and the rest. That's our icing sugar. That is 2,500 grams of icing sugar. And then we have our CMC, half tablespoon. And then we have 250 ml of water. And then we have our vanilla essence, which we will take around 2 lidful or so. And then we have 1 tablespoon shortening. And then we go for, this one is a corn flour, not weighed it, so we'll use it in between. And then we have a gelatin where we have 5 teaspoons, sorry. And then this is a mixture of glycerin and glucose syrup, whereby we have 125 ml for each, which will give us 250 ml. So this is what we use for making fondant. Those are the mixtures, the ingredients we use to make our fondant. That is what we use. Sieve our icing sugar. I like sieving it so that I can remove any hard particles and remove all the air in, so that when we're mixing it, it becomes a bit easier. So that is how I do it. So you see it's loosening a bit. Now we are almost through. We've sieved the whole bowl of our icing sugar. This is the last batch of our icing sugar. These are the kind of particles we remove. These are the things we remove from the icing sugar. Now we are done. You can see how it's now loosening up and it's so smooth. Okay, I'm going to use a sufuria to do our mixture, because later we will put it on a low heat to boil it a bit. So I'll start with gelatin. This is our gelatin. We have our gelatin here. That's our gelatin in the mixture. And then I'll add the glucose syrup and the glycerin. Glucose syrup is always a bit sticky. There are 2 types, but I'm using this one. It's a bit sticky, so I usually like mixing it with glycerin so that it flows easily. That's our mixture we have there. And then I'm going to add a little of vanilla essence. I like using the 2 lidful of vanilla essence on each. Then we will take this mixture and put it on a low heat as we stir until it becomes clear. That's the mixture. Heat, that's the kind of heat I use. And then I stir here. This is the way we stir until it becomes clearer, slowly, so the mixtures can loosen up until the mixture becomes more clearer before we mix it with the icing sugar. That is how we do it. Now we are done. I'm through with it. we are done with the mixing. Now we are adding the CMC. This is where I add my CMC. At least CMC makes it a bit harder. This is where I add my CMC. And then later, now I'll add the mixture. I like using the wooden spoon so that sometimes it helps me mixing. This is where we add our mixture. And then I like stirring like this, slowly by slowly, until it mixes. Just the way you need your chapati. It's the way we need our, that's how we make our icing sugar, our icing, the fondant, sorry. Fondant, plus the mixture we had for gelatin, glucose syrup. We continue kneading our fondant until it becomes smooth. I love using the scraper. It helps me remove whatever is sticking down there. But for easier way, I'll knead it on top of my table. So I'll put it here. And then I do this. This is how we knead it until it becomes smooth. Now this is where you use the corn flour so that it doesn't stick, you know, at the end, so that it doesn't dry, it becomes more smoother. This is how we do it, so it becomes smooth. There is our fondant. We are adding corn flour here so that it doesn't dry. Now this is how we get our fondant. This is what we use. So I like preparing my fondant earlier so that when I'm covering the cakes, it makes my work easier. Making fondant is not easy. Making a fondant and then doing a cake is not easy. So I make it earlier. Now this is our final product. This is our fondant. Now it's ready for use. You can see, ready for use. This is how we mix it. I like making my fondant a day earlier, so it makes work easier for me. You know, making fondant and doing a cake in the same day, it's a hard task. But doing it earlier, it saves a lot of time, and you'll be able to save more time doing your cake and covering your cake, and you won't get more tired. But this is our fondant. I'll keep it here. Then after here, I'll put it on an airtight container so that I can use it tomorrow and it won't dry. This is our fondant. This is our final product. This is what I want to cover it using a cling film. Then I'll put it in an airtight container so that it doesn't dry. When you leave it open, it will dry and you won't be able to use your fondant easily. It will be breaking each and every time. So this is how I do it. So after covering it like this, now this is our fondant covered with a cling film. And then I have a tin where I put the fondant in with an, and then I cover the lid tightly so that air can't go in. And then that's how we store it. This is our fondant.